Okay, well thanks for coming today. Start off things off, what were your favourite memories and moments of the Olympic Paralympic Games in London?
Oh, I think there's so many memories, so many great performances from so many athletes around the different sports. But I think for me personally, it was the enjoyment that so many people in the UK got, whether they got to go and see an event or whether just from watching it on television. I met many people beforehand that were very cynical about it and why are we doing this and I hate sport. And then all of a sudden, there they were glued to the television and wanting to be part of it, and I think that's been really key.
I mean, there's no doubt that enthusiasm sort of swept the nation there, but how have you then build on that success and start to make a lasting legacy from the Games?
Yeah, I mean, I think people are quite negative, saying a lot of it should have been put in place beforehand, and rightly so, but I think, we can't live on that now. We've got to be positive, we've got to move forward, and I know there's a lot of people doing some very great things out there. I think there's a lot of areas. I think the message has been that we've got to really engage young people and look at that through primary school ages, as young as 5 years old almost. But also I think it's trying to find things that people want to do that is going to activate their minds and is going to get them out there to do it, because you want them to be able to stick to follow the changes. And also I think it's around making those small changes and adapting it to their everyday life and giving people that information. I think that's why it's so crucial that so many people within the health world are continuously giving that message out and helping people to make those changes.
Are there any initiatives that you're personally involved in at the moment, anything that ukactive can help with? What's your big project at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, there's a number of areas. I mean, obviously one is to try and get that message across at that young age and get kids as active as possible, and I really do think it's about teaching that real sort of core of balance and coordination from that very young age. One of the other areas is realising how much the workplace and companies take a responsibility. So many people are leading very stressful lives and pick up injuries through work and have long-term illnesses, and it is about prevention. And I think if companies want their staff to be much more engaging, to be much more productive, then they have to look at the different schemes that are in place and to help them and to be able to give them that information, the support that they need to be able to live everyday life really, and to be able to deliver at work at the very highest level.
Great, okay, we've got one more question. It's our golden question for an Olympian, no less. How do you keep active now?
I always say I'm like everybody else now. I'm a mum of 3, trying to balance, working and bringing up the kids at the same time, but also realising that a lot of the messages that I learnt from my running, how that being physically active, makes me think clearer, makes me shout less at the kids, makes me be able to deliver, when I need to and I'm under pressure. And also realising, what nutrition does and how it can affect your moods and your energy levels throughout the day. And, overall that whole wellness and that well-being that we can help can help in so many different ways. So just trying to get that message out there is always really key. So I go for a bit of a run, a bit of a bike ride, a bit of gym, but just generally looking at the whole health and well-being and doing it when I can and being realistic about it.
Okay, all right, thanks very much for coming today.
Lovely, thank you.